Hey everyone, hi. So I meditate 3 times a day, which sounds crazy. And a year ago, I didn't do that. I actually didn't meditate at all a year ago. But I wanted to share hi Sunshine. I wanted to share with you one of the meditations that I love. So I meditate 3 times a day. I do two of one type of meditation and a third. Thank you for all the thumbs up. And the third meditation is one that's just it's an audio that I follow along that's on YouTube. Simple enough. And there's thousands of different types of meditation, and they're so minutely specialized, each particular meditation. And I started to do this type of meditation that I do twice. This particular type I do twice a day because it is specifically designed to calm the nervous system. And I was looking for something that could help me with sleep. And within 2 months, my sleep pattern had dramatically changed. There's no way. I used to be able to fall asleep really easily, but I couldn't stay asleep. After about 4 or 5 hours, I'd be up and I'd have to go to the bathroom, and then I couldn't fall back asleep again. And this is such a big problem for so many women, so many people, men as well. And this particular meditation has helped me dramatically. It's completely shifted my sleep patterns. It's completely shifted my nervous system. And it's just been a blessing in my life. And I am adamant about doing it twice a day. So I just wanted to explain it to people who might be interested. It's called the Z technique, Z as in zebra technique. And Emily Fletcher is the person who developed this. And she's an American. She's a yogini, and you can get her stuff. I read a book called Stress Less, Accomplish More. She has online classes. It's also called something else. She has different names for it, and there's slightly different ways of doing this meditation. I just keep following the Z technique because it's working. If it stops working for me, I'll be looking at other stuff for sure. I've done maybe 10 different types of meditation in my life. I've been an active meditator. Hi Jennifer. I've been an active meditator for many, many years, on and off. And so I'm just going to walk through. I'm not going to do a full meditation, but I'm just going to walk through what this looks like. And it takes about 15 minutes. So I do it first thing in the morning. I typically wake up really early before my alarm goes off, about anywhere from a half an hour to an hour, like say 5:30ish is really common for me to wake up on my own. I sit up and I meditate for 15 minutes, and then I start journaling. So active morning practice, it makes my day go so well. I feel grounded. My heart is open. I'm joyful. A much happier person. So the Z technique, and here's what it looks like. So you do use a timer. Well, actually, and I should have looked this up before I started, but there's, you can put a clock on your phone is the idea. Like, you really want to have on your phone a big clock so you know exactly what time it is, and you don't have to look at it. You don't have to check it or push buttons or look really closely for the time. So there's a time clock that I got online for free, an app that's free that I have on my phone. And I turn that on, set it next to me so I can see it. I sit comfortably and I don't rest my head. If you rest your head, you'll probably fall asleep. At least that's my experience, and she says the same. And so, yeah, it doesn't matter your posture or your hands. I just get comfortable and close my eyes. And the first part, there's 3 parts to this meditation. The first part is to notice your senses, like really intensely notice your senses. So I'm going to walk you through this. And this takes about 2 to 3 minutes maybe total for the first part of this total 15-minute meditation. So you start with, and so I always start with, what do I hear? And I love this part because typically all the noises are drowned out, but then all of a sudden I can hear the wind or a clock or my home creaking or footsteps or someone outside or a car or distant traffic. And so the first thing you want to listen, there's 2 things you listen for. One is you listen for the loudest sound. And you just notice that loudest sound, and you do, a breath or two, recognizing that loudest sound. And then you listen for the most distant sound, most distant and, hard to hear sound. Far, far away. Sometimes for me, it's just a buzz. It might be traffic. It could be wind. It could be all kinds of things. So you just notice it. And for a breath or two, you just notice it. And then I go to touch, to feel, like what is the strongest thing that I feel from my body? Oftentimes as I'm sitting here, it's my bottom. So if I have an ache or pain, it might be that. But I might just notice, oh, there I am sitting on the couch, on a cushion, feeling the weight of my body. And then you notice the softest sense of touch that you have. It might be, often for me, it's like my hair back here, or it might be my hair pulled up. Sometimes it's like a blanket on my feet, or just something really light that's you feel. So you do a breath or two of that. And then you do sight. So with my eyes closed, right? Like you don't see anything, but when you look into the darkness of your eyes being closed, you see, like right now I'm seeing a circle right here in the middle. That's probably because I have a ring light on. So I see this circle of light right here. And I just like to notice some things. Do I see lines? Do I see circles? Sometimes I'll even see a figure, like a figure of a head. Sometimes I'll just see shapes. Sometimes I'll see things flash in, especially if I move my eyes really far to the left or really far to the right. I see a flash where I moved my eyes to. So you just noticed, and it doesn't have to be the largest and the smallest or something like that. It's just, I just notice what I notice. And do that for a few breaths. And then taste. So I was just eating cashews, so I taste those. So just 2 tastes in your mouth. Any 2 tastes. So it might be your toothpaste. In the morning, it's the taste of sleep. I just, in my mouth, I taste like that morning breath, sleep, pretty much every morning. So it might be something you ate. It might be it should be something you ate. Maybe there's something particularly strong or some chocolate or something like that too. So the sense of taste, and you do a few breaths with that. And then smell. Just smell the moment. Maybe you have some lip gloss on, or peppermint. I have peppermint honey on my lips, so I smell that. I can smell my own odor. I can smell that. I might smell a soap that I had, or a lotion that I put on. I might smell the smell of the room, or something outside that's strong, like if the grass is getting cut. So you spend, 3 or 4 breaths just noticing 2 smells around you. And then what you do, this is kind of strange, and it's actually really hard, I find, is like you try to do all your senses at the same time, not just noticing one, but noticing all 5 at the same time. And what I typically do is I go back to the hearing, and then I sort of draw a circle around myself, and I draw this circle, and I'm just noticing again, but just in a much faster way and within the circle. I'm not reaching out so much. It's like, oh yeah, there's the clock, there's the my bottom on the ground, and so it doesn't have to be like 2 things. It's just noticing in this circle my breath, my eyes, my smell, and I just kind of go through those again, and kind of in any order, and I'm trying to hold them all at the same time in this circle. And when I do that, then I look at my clock, and then I notice the time, and then I go back. So that's the end of part 1 of the meditation, and that part really takes 2 to 3 minutes, very quick. The next part is the remaining 13 minutes or so, where the way to meditate is to breathe in. Oftentimes through your nose is the best, and then you breathe out. And it could be the nose or the mouth. And when you do the out breath, you do a mantra. And you can just come up with your own mantra. And I do the mantra of That's my mantra, just And I do the more so at the end of the out breath. So you just keep doing that, and there's no judgment if your mind wanders. It's especially if you haven't done this before or you're not used to meditating, your mind might wander, and it's okay. You just bring it back, or whatever your mantra might be. So you just sit here. That feels so good. Like I love that feeling. I get this feeling of lightness and just lightness and connection when I do that. So that's going to be like something like 12 minutes that you do that, 12, 13 minutes. And I love that part. And I will also say that I oftentimes extend that to 15, but that's okay. Whatever works for any of us. And so you finish that, and then you go to, and that's the end of part 2, and you start part 3. And part 3 is when you just basically a closing, and what I do, it's always nice to close in gratitude. So I always do two pieces in my closing. One is I have gratitude for my body. So I either tell my whole body, thank you, thank you, thank you for carrying me throughout the day and for helping me to touch people and be where I need to be every moment of the day. You know, something like that where it's the whole body, but also it might be specific body parts. You know, thank you legs for walking me to my car and helping me get to where I need to go so I can take my kids to school and do all the things that I do all day. So then it could be super specific as well. In terms of the closing. And then I do one more piece to the closing in that I give gratitude for something that I desire. Gratitude for something I desire. So if I'm doing gratitude for a home, there's a home that I really love. It's not even for sale, but I give the address. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this address. And it's such a beautiful home, and my family and I love living in it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it's something, in this case, it's a desire that I have, and I'm giving gratitude for it before I have it, basically. And that's the end of it. That's the end of this. Hi, Julio. I hope that's helpful, and it's a beautiful meditation, and I look forward to it every single day. Sometimes it's hard to fit it in, but you can do it anywhere. And I am adamant, I notice a difference if I miss one. I really notice a difference. So I would love to know your experiences with meditation and what kind of meditation you do, because I think there's so many different kinds, and I think there's meditation for everyone, right? So I would love to know more about what you do. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope this was helpful. All right. Have a beautiful, amazing day. Bye.